Salutations, everyone. This is Razor here, giving you guys some team deathmatch on the shipment. Just kidding. I don't know what it's called, but it's basically shipment. Really small map, and there's shipping crates everywhere. And I'm using the F2000 here, my favorite assault rifle in the game. No attachments needed. Sometimes I do go with a suppressor, but it's like using a suppressor on Nuketown. It's just like, why bother? There's always going to be an enemy real fucking close to you, so, you know, no bother. F2000, my favorite assault rifle in the game. It's not very good at long range because it's got more recoil than a lot of other assault rifles, and the iron sights aren't really that great. Of course, there's always a lot of different sight options for every gun in the game, but with its recoil being so much more than other assault rifles, there are better choices out there. Like, if this was a bigger map, I think I'd be using the M16A3. I think it's the A3, not the A4, which is the one that you unlock, but the A3, the one that you start off with. This is a very shotgun-friendly map, but I'm not using a shotgun here. If you would like to see some shotgun gameplay from me in Battlefield 3, be sure to let me know in the comments section below. But I feel like the shotguns are considered to be like the newbie choice of weapons because uh, they're somewhat realistic because they're actually good weapons. Which is something that you don't really see in very many video games. They don't seem to have the shotguns as a very viable option because if they did really at all, they'd be overused. But I've really only used it in the beta because no one else was using it, and it was really fun to find a group of 3 campers lying prone and then just get a triple feed. But this F2000 is pretty frackin' boss, better than other assault rifles at close and mid-range engagements. So that's why it's better for these close quarter TDM matches. And it does a lot of damage, which is of course balanced out with its higher recoil. But it's not even the best assault rifle, I'm guessing, because I hardly see anyone really use this gun. I'm not even sure what is considered the best weapons in this game. But it's probably an LMG because those are the most common weapons that you'll see in most game modes. Just people firing from the hip. Those things are deadly as fuck, and they have a crap ton of ammo. So there's really not a lot that can go up against it with the if they have like higher suppression gear or I don't know what they're called, bonuses. And I have the same bonus up on here just because I don't really know what else to use. If I'm using an engineer class, I would definitely use the explosive specialization so that hopefully I would have a chance of taking out one tank, which is one of the reasons why I find them really boring and insanely overpowered. Um, I guess I should just go into this a little bit, why I don't use vehicles in this game. Because I understand it's the main reason people like playing Battlefield 3 and why they like playing bigger games like Conquest and stuff is because the vehicles in the game. It's because of the jets, the helicopters, the tanks, the ATVs, all the different other kinds of larger vehicles in this game. I understand that. Great spawn right there. Could be a nice little revenge on that dude. Save a teammate at the same time in the process. Oh, double kill. What you know about that? The reason I don't like the vehicles in this game is just because I've never liked them really in any first-person shooter. If it's a first-person shooter, I want to be in the first-person shooting. Sounds a little ridiculous, right? But that's just kind of what I want to do. If I was in a third-person shooter, I would want to shoot from third person. If I was playing an over-the-top game, I would want to play over the top. I guess there's really not an option there, but you know what I mean. I play the game that I bought. I didn't buy Tank Simulator 3000, so I'm not going to be in a tank. But a lot of people have fun playing with tanks and helicopters and jets and stuff. And the reason that I don't like using them, I never liked using them in World at War either. I never once hopped in a tank at World at War. Those were actually you could take those out, but for the most part, people would just tank whore in World at War, and if they did it right, they could go 30-0, no problem, because those things are just super OP. But even more so in this game because they're incredibly hard to take out. Like I said, you need like 5 or 6 rockets to take out a tank. First, you have to immobilize it, and then you have to destroy it. And not to say I've never gotten a kill against a tank. You know, it does happen, especially if other teammates are trying to destroy the same vehicle as well. But with the engineer, I think they're called engineer classes, the one that have repair torches, and when you're in vehicles, they have greater health if you're in the engineer class. I think that, or I'm confusing this with a much older video game that has vehicles in it, but I believe that's to be the case. But the way that classes are set up, where you could just infinitely repair tanks and things, it's very very difficult to take them out. So that's why I go with the explosive specialization in my engineer class. Just so you know, instead of 8 rockets, it takes 6 to take down the tank, and also it gives you more ammunition, so you can actually get 6 rockets to take people out. And another reason why I don't like the tanks, jets, helicopters, it's very slow. It's a very slow-paced way of playing the game, and I like being an infantry member much better. Also, you have a greater control over what is happening, because if you're playing rush, you can only, you know, prime or disable a bomb if you are, you know, a foot soldier. And the same things with grabbing flags. Sure, you can get them if you're in a tank, but you're much more mobile as a soldier, and you were able to maneuver with less attention being brought to yourself. And also with other game modes, I know that me using a vehicle would just be wasted on me, because it's not like I don't know how to use them. Well, I mean, some of them I honestly do not know how to use. If I went into a helicopter like maybe 3 times, and every single time I instantly crash. So I don't know how to use them as well as other people. Like if I was in a jet, and I'm probably worse than the average player in a jet, but for the most part, people in a jet, they just fly around the whole game, and they end up going 0-1. You know, they never get a kill because they don't know how to, you know, use it correctly, and they end up, you know, crashing or just committing suicide eventually. But if someone really knows how to use a jet, it's some fun shit to watch. That's some good shit. I've seen some YouTube videos of people who really know how to fly jets, and they can make a rather big impact. And so I understand that aspect. If you're really good at it, then that could be a really fun option. But I don't know how to use a lot of these vehicles, so it's much better for my team if someone who does know how to use them use them. You know, I really don't care that I don't know how to use some of these vehicles, but you know, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all. I'd much rather have a gun in my hands because that's what I'm used to. That's what I'm best at. If I was in a tank or you know, a helicopter battle, I'll probably lose those battles. But if it comes to gun on gun, you're done. I'm gonna win most of those engagements because I know how to handle you know, a weapon in my hands. That's just what I'm used to in most video games. Tanks are, you know, really straightforward and easy. So, you know, I could, you know, hop in a tank and kill Horde, but that's just not fun to me. Even if I did go like 30-0 with a tank, just shooting shells into the enemy spawn all day, it wouldn't be fun to me because there's no challenge to it, and it'd just be slow paced and boring as opposed to if I have a gun. Like here, obviously it's a team deathmatch, so it's a little different. But I'm constantly moving. I'm in the action. I'm reviving people. I'm shooting people. I'm getting kills. You know, just helping out my team the best way that I know how. Getting double kills and reviving people at the same time. That's just a really awesome thing that you can do with the medic. Lots of cool shit you can do. Kill assist up the wazoo. And I just enjoy, you know, using a gun more than I do hopping in a slow-moving, very powerful vehicle. So I hope that answers your questions why I don't use vehicles and why I don't like them. A lot of them are overpowered and slow down the game, but it doesn't beat having a gun in my hands. I'm going to do better than anyone else. So final score is 29-13. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time.